Now it's on. We're here with Maddie. Maddie is ignoring us. She's really tired. She just got her Star Puppy certificate, and Cam, her owner, Mom will be out in a second. And congratulations on Maddie graduating with her Star Puppy.
Good, thank you. We're very proud of Maddie.
And y'all have owned many, many dogs. Big dogs, little dogs.
Mostly big dogs.
Mostly big dogs. And you've had training before with other people. Yep, she can go play. Okay. So why did you feel that you had to call and get training with Maddie?
Again, because of the breed of the dog and the fact that we knew that she'd be a big dog, and we just wanted to make sure that we were on the right track with her. And things have turned out real well with her. Very proud of Maddie.
So what did you learn in this training that you didn't know before that made a difference with this dog?
Well, I don't know if you, I think what we got is more, and I was telling you this earlier before we got started, it's more the conversation that we've had with you since day one when we first met you. It's not so much the, sit, stay, heel, and so on, the things that you do, because you could read a book and just walk around and get them to do that. It was more of the interaction. The example we were talking about, we were having problems with Maddie. I think when you first came into the picture, Maddie was about 4 months old, I think, 3 or 4 months old. And you explained to us within about 10 minutes of being here and watching Maddie, especially with Dana, that Maddie was treating Dana more as a litter mate than as the owner of Maddie, or the master, or whatever terminology we want to use. And I think that went a long way, and the relationship that they have today is much better because Dana's taken much more control over raising Maddie. So there was a lot of things like that you really can't put your finger on that I think we've got out of our conversations with you. As I said, more so than the physical part that we do with her, the 15, 20 minute a day training part we do with her.
Right, exactly. And the training really didn't take that long, did it?
No, the training is something you work on. I mean, this is more being reminded of, as you told me, the first day, which I've used that, and I like to use it, when you asked me what did I think Maddie was or is, and I said a member of the family, and you said wrong. She said, oh. If you put it in that perspective, then you do. I think you enjoy your pet more, and especially again, this is a breed of dog that can get away from you if you're not careful. Mm-hmm. And she's going to be a big dog, and any breed of dog that's a big dog, you just have to, it's a day-to-day training issues with them that you just kind of keep tabs and look for things on them, and when they're getting out of line and doing things they're not supposed to do, you got to correct them.
Right. So do you feel the training helped at all with your relationship with Maddie, basically building a bond?
Oh yes, absolutely. I believe the more that Maddie understands that we're the boss, it's our house. I mean, she's living there with us, but it's ours. It's not hers.
Right.
And it's little things like not getting on the sofa, or not taking my slippers and going walk off with them where I never find them again. Things of that nature. She's learned all of that. It's taken a while, but she has learned all of that now, and she's a great pet. I mean, we love her.
And she's not even a year old.
She's 9 months old.
9 months old. So I just think it's so amazing that these dogs learn so much in that first year.
Yes.
It's amazing.
Crucial.
And yeah, it's very crucial. I think you're right, because you have to start when they are a young puppy. Although you can teach an older dog new tricks, it is easier when they're younger and you build on that growing up. And so we were talking earlier too, you mentioned about how she's so different from any other dog you've ever had.
Yeah.
And we talked about, what did I explain to you that was the difference in her and probably other dogs?
Well, that's her nature. I mean, she's I don't remember the term.
Soft temperament.
Soft temperament. I was going to say good-natured dog. She doesn't have a bone in her body. And I think dogs are like people. That they all got different personalities.
Right.
They all have likes and dislikes, and you got to take them as they are. I mean, they're not going to be the same. Maddie is not an aggressive dog.
Nope.
She will never be an aggressive dog.
Right.
And I really don't want an aggressive Doberman Pinscher, to be honest with you. That's not what I really wanted. She serves the purpose of which we have her. She's a good companion. And despite what you corrected me early on, I still look at her as a member of the family.
No, she is a member of the family.
I know she's a dog.
No, she is a member of the family, but they just live by a different set of rules. So as long as we understand their rules. For instance, like we were talking about you, Dana. We can't put Dana on camera. She's already threatened me. I'm scared. I'm scared of her. I'm going to say it aloud. I'm scared of Dana. She'll beat me up. The thing is that the dogs live by a different set of rules because, for example, whenever Maddie got scared, Dana wanted to love all over her, and what did you do?
You can't. You can't. You can't.
Right.
And that's the part sometimes. It's like raising kids. Sometimes you've got to do some things with them that maybe make you feel uncomfortable, but you have to do it. in order for them to hopefully turn out okay. And we're going to have Maddie a long time, hopefully.
Yes,
I mean, it's
right.
not a short-term relationship here where it's only a matter of a few months. We're talking about many, many years.
See, and I love to hear that. I just got chills when you said that.
Yeah.
Because that's what I love. That's what I call a responsible dog owner. You take them for life.
Huge responsibility.
Oh, yeah.
Kids want to do that. They, you know, we've had these conversations with Samantha. Every time she sees a stray cat or something, oh, I want it. I'm like, wait a minute. We'll have this thing maybe 10 years from now, so it's not something you just all of a sudden make that quick decision on.
Right, you're right.
And this was a breed of dog. We had a boxer that we were very close to that we lost last summer, and we looked on the internet and talked to a lot of people, and this was a breed of dog I've always wanted. I've never had a Doberman.
We researched.
And we researched it, and you know, Maddie came along, and it's worked well.
Worked out really
We're very
good.
pleased with how, again, the information that you've given us, the booklets you've given us in the pamphlets and the conversations, and it's more been conversation with you. I mean, when you think about it, even
Yeah.
the first day we've met you, it's been more conversation than actual putting her on a leash. And like I said, we can do that when you're not here, walk
Right.
around the driveway and,
It's education.
you know, and all that. But it's just been the information you've given us that in fooling with Maddie and dealing with her, an issue would come up where I think we handled it a lot better.
Yeah, and so definitely knowledge is power.
Yeah, oh, absolutely.
Definitely. And that's what I get calls all the time from people who say, you know, I took my dog here or there, and my dog can sit, but it doesn't listen to me, or it's aggressive. You aren't going to have those problems because you know how to read her. You know her body language. You know how she talks to you. That's what makes the difference in a lifelong family pet and the ones that they're so aggravated with, they just want to toss them out the door.
And it's being consistent. That's another
You're
thing,
right.
that thing that Dana never had a big dog, a real big
No.
dog like this before. And you know, well, we had one, but it was already in its little mode. It already had its personality.
Uh-huh.
Whereas this, we developed Maddie we got Maddie at 5 weeks old. And so it's being consistent with you. You have to be consistent with them especially at this age, because they will test you.
Oh, yeah.
She still will do that. I mean,
Oh,
she will
yeah.
still do that. You know, she will still want to nip at her sometimes, but she shuts it down, and that's the end of it.
And you know what to do now.
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. And she listens?
She listens. She respects
So
me.
you feel like a leader.
I'm a leader.
All right.
I'm not a playmate.
Not
I'm
a
a leader.
playmate. All right. And poor thing, I didn't mean to hurt your feelings that day, but you have to tell the
No,
truth.
I
Yeah,
agree.
you need to know. Well, I was so honored when y'all called me when we first started talking, and you told me you had all these other bigger dogs. I couldn't figure what could they need that they don't already know. And so I'm really impressed that you were able to learn something, and she is a fantastic dog, no doubt. And we're all going to work to get her good citizen certificate.
Good.
No doubt about that. So she had her star puppy today, and I'm blown away. 9 months old, everything she does. That's amazing.
Well, good.
So would you recommend the training?
Oh, absolutely. It's very informational, and and again, I don't care what kind of dog you have, whether it's a Doberman or a poodle or anything you have. If you don't raise them right, like kids, if you don't raise them right, you're gonna have issues with them later on. And again, it's not a short-term relationship; it's a long-term relationship with them. So you need to be careful when you get them, what you're doing with them when they're puppies.
I agree. Well, thank you so very much, and congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you.